Good morning, everybody. How's it going today? I am feeling okay. I'm pretty tired, but that's pretty usual. It's a little dark and gloomy today. The sky is overcast, and it rained like all night and half the day yesterday, so it's pretty chilly. Not very happy about that. But today's book is going to be Ajin Volume 1. I went ahead and just snatched one off the shelf. I'm not super in the mood for any of the three that I have on my shelf. So I'm hoping that we get to go to the library today after work and pick up a few that I can choose from because I'm running low on options and it's harder for me to just mood read whenever that happens. So I'll read you the back of this one. It's published by Vertical, by the way, and these are about $13 a volume, brand new, and that's a little steep, I think, for how thick they are, but I got this used. It just has like a tiny bit of damage on the front. There's like a little bend on the cover. But it says on the back, say you get hit by a truck and die. You come back to life, good or bad. For high schooler K, and for at least 46 others, immortality comes as the nastiest surprise ever. Sadly for K, or Kai, I think it's K. Sadly for K, but refreshingly for the reader, such a feat doesn't make him a superhero. In the eyes of both the general public and governments, he's a rare specimen who needs to be hunted down and handed over to scientists to be experimented on for life. A demi-human who must die 1,000 deaths for the benefit of humanity. Smart, fast-paced, and wrenching, Ajin Demi-Human is a thriller that just keeps on getting better and deeper. It is a thriller, and I think this might just be like the same exact story as the anime that we watched on Netflix a couple years ago, which was fantastic, by the way. If you haven't watched it, I recommend it, but if you'd rather read it, I think this is going to be exactly the same story. I'll let you guys know because I do plan on collecting it because I loved Ajin so much, and look how spooky it is. It is definitely a comic that's horror thriller, I would say. Very thriller, but there's also bits of horror in there. And story is by Suina Miura, and the art is by Gaimon Sakurai. So I'm pretty excited about it. Even the beginning has some colored pages. So let's just have a good day today, y'all. I'm gonna be a bad kid and get coffee today. Wait. There's a tree. Let's see if it's any good today. Oh, and none of y'all told me I had a giant zit on my face. Thanks for that. Let's mix her up a little bit more. I love how some baristas know that I take pictures of my drinks for Instagram or Twitter or whatever, and they don't mix it up for me too much because it's more aesthetic when it's like melty down to the bottom. But then there are some who just shake it all up for me, and I'm like, thanks. I don't say anything, though, but it's funny. It's still not as good as the first time. Like, that makes me sad, but it's a little bit better. Hey guys, so I just finished, my cat's cuddling with me. I just finished Ajin Volume 1, as I told you guys I was reading it. It is pretty much panel for panel the anime that was on Netflix a few years ago. I'm not sure if it still is or not, but it's really good. You should check it out if you prefer that over the manga. I would like to warn, it's not clear what this is rated. That's really strange. Why is there no rating on this? That's weird. They always put that on there. I would say it's R, certainly, because there's a lot of murder and death and suicide and cutting and killing of animals, and there's a scene that you know someone was being raped but you don't see it. So just be aware of that, and tread with caution if you're sensitive to things like that. It's not for babies and not for people who have certain triggers. I am glad that I'm reading this though, because when I watched it, it was great, but I have forgotten a lot of detail about this. I don't feel like in the anime he was as mean to Kei or Kai, his friend, the one with the blonde spiky hair, but maybe I forgot that happened. He's a good guy. He's a great friend. I really, really like the character designs in this. I think that there's something to say about a main character who isn't the different one. He looks so typical of a human being that is like a side character in an anime, and it's very interesting that they made that decision, and yet the side characters are much more interesting to look at. And I wonder if they did that on purpose to prove that he was just a normal kid who went through some crap, and like it could happen to anybody. I wonder if that was the reason that they did that, or if that was like not really thought about. But I did enjoy that contrast and that decision. I do hope that the manga goes into a little bit more detail as to the history and the reason that these things are happening, and more of the government, like, because they're torturing these people. Once they catch them, they do experiments on them, and it's very horrible. And kind of like Parasite, this series likes to go into, do humans really deserve to live? Like, are we really good? Like, are we the superior race, or should we just, like, die? And I enjoy that idea of, like, conversation to have, because, at least where I grew up in my part of the world, people, they think that we're the reason everything exists ever. Like, the world was made for us, and we can destroy it as fast as we want to. I just find it interesting that this story is like, there's something else going on here, and you're not the superior being, or if they are, then they're torturing these other beings, like, forever. Like, when will the experiments stop? That's what I'm curious about. Like, will they figure out, like, are they actually trying to figure something out by doing this? Or are they just having fun torturing these creatures to death? The main character likes to ask, is he still a human? Like, has he been a human, but he's also a demi-human? Or has he never been a human? And if so, like, how did that happen? How are humans giving birth to demi-humans? Like, there's so many questions here that I really hope get answered, but I don't know if they will. I'm not sure if this will go beyond the anime. I really, really hope it does, because I want to know all these answers. I don't want it to just be open-ended. Like, I'm fine with a regular book being open-ended, but I like mangas to be wrapped up and to tell me all the answers. I feel like if I'm investing this much money and time into multiple books of the series, I want to know everything about it. But, yeah, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Fantastic. Very much like the anime, so, I recommend it too. And, yeah, I am finished with that one, and I did get some in the mail. I'll show you guys what I just got. I found this on Mercari used, and I used some credit that I had sold other things with to get it. It's Demon Slayer Volume 1 by Kyoharu Gotogi? I don't know how you say that name. And it's rated teen. So that's going in the collection. I'm starting my Demon Slayer collection. And then I found another one-shot by Arina Tanemura. This was in 2008, I think, when this was made. And it's in great condition. I found this used there. And it's thicker than the other one. So that's interesting. It's called ION or Ion. I'm not sure how you say it. It's rated T for teen. So that's interesting. And then I also got, I think this was a Secret Santa gift from our camp group. If you guys don't know, which I've mentioned it in past vlogs, I go to a camp every summer, and our buddies, we did a gift swap, and I got some bath goodies, like bubble bath, and some bath bombs that are really nice that I put in a wish list. And then I also had this in my wish list, which is Hungry Hearts edited by Elsie Chapman and Caroline Richmond. And it just has a bunch of short stories involving food, and I think they tie in together at the very end by a bunch of different artists. You can see that right there. I got another Secret Santa gift from our friend group. We did our own, and I got Princess Mononoke, and it was in my wish list, Blu-ray and DVD, so I'm very excited. I saw this movie when I was very, very young, so I only remember the Kodama part with like the little forest spirits that are just so cute. But I have no idea what the plot of this is. I know it has something to do with forest spirits and fighting, but I don't know anything else about it. So I'm excited to see it. And you've never seen it before, have you?
I have never seen it. I know it's Ryan's favorite.
Yeah. So we'll enjoy that for sure. I just want to get all the Ghibli movies like collected. So.
You're sure you want to watch? Was it Island of the Fire or Last of the Firefly? Or what's that one called? It's super sad. It's like
I know what you're talking about.
His darkest film, and it's.
Eventually, I'll get to it, but
isn't it based off of the Nagasaki?
I think it's
Hiroshima
off a war
bombs?
or something.
I think it's based off of the bombings.
Yeah. I do eventually want to see it. Yes. There's so many movies, and there's even one. I've told people about this movie, and no one knows what I'm talking about, so I feel like I'm crazy. There's a movie, and I'm 99.9% sure it's a Miyazaki movie, at least the animation style. It might not have been him, it might just be the Ghibli studio. It's in that style, but it's about a girl. If you know this movie, please, for the love of God, tell me what it's called, because I want to find it again. It was more of a slice of life kind of story. There's this girl who's in like middle school, maybe she's going into high school, and she's like a normal kid, and she gets her period for the first time. And I know that that's weird, but it's kind of her coming of age. Like she met some kid when she was younger, and then maybe she's in love with them, and then she grows up and she runs into them again, and she's like living with someone out in the country, helping them do stuff. I literally don't remember a lot about it, but I remember it being so different, and I was at an age where I expected animation to be a certain way, and it just threw me for a loop. So I know that's a very vague description, but all I remember is that she started her period at school for the first time, and people made fun of her. And it was just a beautiful story, whatever it was.
It's not Carrie, is it?
No! It's not animated either. Smart Alex.
It is animated. It's a Ghibli movie?
It looks like a Ghibli movie.
Okay.
But I don't remember. I think it was. I think it started off with that logo, and it might have had an interview at the beginning when I saw it on TV. But it was in Japanese. Like, it didn't have an English version.
Okay.
But if you know what I'm talking about, I have tried Googling it for years, and I cannot find this anywhere. I might be just nuts. But
and Ghibli's coming out with a 3D film. What are you doing? Stop it. It doesn't need to be 3D. That's the whole charm of the Ghibli movies.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. Like, what are you doing?
We'll see. I'm not going to judge it, but that is strange. I like the art style, but I guess I'm going to end my video here, though, because I don't really want to do anything else for the rest of the night. I kind of want to chill, relax, and
other synonyms for chill.
Yeah. I hope you guys are reading manga and enjoying it. I want to know what you're reading, if you are reading. I know I've had Bizarre Individual has been commenting on my videos a lot, and I appreciate that so much. Thank you. If you're participating in this, I want to know what you're reading, okay? Because you comment on a lot of my videos, and I really, really want to know. Also, remember, like I said in the first one, go follow the creators of this readathon thing. I'll have them in the description for you, so you can just go find them. They're fantastic reviewers and just commentators on manga and books and stuff, and they're really nice people. And I'm very, very happy that I'm doing this challenge. It's been a lot of fun. I was gonna go to the library today to get more manga, but I was really lazy, so I just didn't. And then I got a package with 3 new manga in it, or 2, so that's fun. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.